A documentary on Chucky? Let's go! So Living with Chucky is a new documentary directed by Kira Gardner, and it's a documentary that not only goes into a behind the scenes of the Child's Play franchise, but we also see Kira Gardner as she's talking to people who worked on the Child's Play franchise, the impact that it's had on them, while also what it means to be a part of the Chucky family. Alrighty guys, so let's get into Living with Chucky.
Excellent!
Documentaries are a film genre that I don't find myself watching a lot, and it's not that I don't like watching documentaries. In fact, there are some out there that I absolutely love. I absolutely love This One Was Not Yet Rated. My brother introduced me to Craigslist Joe, which is such a heartfelt and a great documentary. In case you haven't seen it yet, guys, seriously, watch it. You guys get the point. However, when it comes to Living with Chucky, this one checked off 2 boxes of mine. One, as you all may know this already, in case you guys didn't know this already about me, I'm a massive horror fan. And 2, I'm actually a pretty big fan of the Chucky franchise, and actually just a fun fact for y'all, when I was growing up, one of the first 3 horror films I ever saw was the first Child's Play film. So because of that, not only Chucky, but the Child's Play franchise has just had this very special place in my heart. And minus Child's Play 3, I have seen all the Chucky films, or the Child's Play films, and there are movies that, even when Bride of Chucky is just so stupid, the Child's Play franchise has always been this entertaining franchise that I just watch from time to time. And by the way, Cult of Chucky, it's a really fun movie if you haven't seen it, just what you guys know. There's actually one of the reasons why I wanted to see this movie, and that's because of this. I made a video back in 2019 of how I was almost in a feature film acted alongside a buddy of mine who was really, really cool. I won't say her name for privacy reasons. I miss her to this day. By the way, pal, you are absolutely awesome. She is absolutely amazing. As opposed to act alongside this feature, went to film school, and it turns out that went to the same film school as Kira Gardner. And when I found out I was going to be talking to Kira Gardner the next day, of course, I wanted to support a friend of mine who knew the director of this film. Living with Chucky had its world premiere at the Popcorn Frights Film Festival, actually in Florida, and not only did I get to go to the film festival, but I got to talk to Kira and her dad, Tony, who, by the way, I just want to say this right now, Kira and Tony, if you guys are watching, you were awesome to talk to. We had a great time talking with you all. If I wasn't given that damn rap symbol in the middle of the interview, I would have loved chatting with you guys even more, so you're a blast, and I hope I get to talk to you more in the future, guys. I didn't want to watch this documentary with rose-colored glasses, because even though my friend knows Kira, I still wanted to review this film honestly. At the time of this recording, not only have I seen this documentary once, but twice. Living with Chucky is not only a damn great documentary, but it is damn terrific. I absolutely love the deep dive that Kira Gardner takes us on when it comes to not only the behind the scenes of all the Child's Play films, but the interviews that she got from Don Mancini, Brad Dourif, Fiona Dourif, Alex Vincent, not to mention as well Tony Gardner, Kira Gardner's father appears as this. Kira does appear in this movie herself. A couple of other people to which I don't want to give away because I have not seen the trailer, so I don't want to spoil. I absolutely loved just how much of a deep dive this documentary takes, and not only the entire Child's Play franchise, but also the impact that this franchise has not only had on these people's lives, and something else that they get into, which I'll get into later on. As the films went along, I wanted to say this was starting with Seed of Chucky. The films did get smaller budgets, and unfortunately, things did have to change. However, Tony Gardner did get a start with Seed of Chucky, and I gotta say, Tony's work, and I've already told Tony this, Tony's work on Seed of Chucky is spectacular in that film, and there is a great death scene with him in it, which is, it's a really funny death, and I even got to talk to him about that. That was great. One of the things I absolutely loved when it came to this documentary is how they discussed when it came to the animatronic doll of Chucky, especially in Child's Play 2, to which, if you have not seen Child's Play 2, Child's Play 2 is a lot of fun. How the actors would work with the animatronic Chucky. Animatronics may not work perfectly on the first take, and because of this, actors have to do take after take after take, and I cannot imagine how not only physically exhausted they were, but how emotionally exhausted they were just trying to act against an animatronic puppet. Something that actually blew my mind, and I actually did not know this about this doll, was the amount of rigging, the amount of people that were required to actually animate this doll in live action. There would be someone working on the arms, or someone would be working on the fingers, someone would be working on the legs, the face, the expressions of Chucky. I absolutely loved how they showed how extensive the animatronics were for that Chucky doll. There's a certain part of this documentary where Kira Gardner does take us a bit further, not only into the behind the scenes, but everyone's experiences working on these Chucky films, and there's a certain part that's about at the halfway mark of this movie that legitimately just made my jaw drop because of how cool all of this was. One of my favorite parts of this documentary, the pacing of this documentary. When I was talking to Kira about the editing process of this movie, I had read somewhere that she had shot about 8 hours. I would reveal the actual amount that she shot, but I did shoot an interview with her and her dad for Flick Direct, so I'm not gonna say how many hours they shot. Let me tell you guys right now. I'm gonna link below the interview when it goes live, because when you find out the amount that Kira actually shot, my mind was blown and my jaw dropped. I was really impressed by the amount of detail that Kira Gardner goes into in all the Chucky films. I mean, whether it's the first Child's Play going to Cult of Chucky, Kira Gardner brings up this certain detail that I thought was, to say the least, I thought was flarkin' awesome. I won't say it here because I want you guys to see this documentary because it is just that damn good. It makes me want to go back and rewatch the Chucky films all over again and actually watch Child's Play 3. Something else that I absolutely loved was just how humorous this documentary was. There's a couple of times throughout this documentary where you would think that Kira would cut onto the next scene, but she allows for a great humorous moment. In particular, there is a fucking hilarious moment between Brad and Fiona, who actually plays in the Child's Play films later on. Brad and Fiona are just talking to each other, and Brad says something. It caught me off guard. I could not stop laughing. There is a moment that Kira has with her dad. That was hilarious. Something that really caught me off guard, and I absolutely love this. This documentary could have ended at one certain point, and if it ended at this certain point, it would have been lean, mean, and streamlined. However, Kira Gardner does a particular thing where she just has this great undercurrent, and when it comes this particular part, it gets like really emotional. I was genuinely not expecting this documentary to be as emotional as it was, and no joke guys, there's a couple of times where, yeah, I teared up. I mean, dang, I was not expecting that.
Well, that's just fucking great!
This issue might be fixed on a rewatch, but this is how I feel about it right now. I personally wish that one particular film got just a tad bit more time, just like a minute or two of time, and that is it. Otherwise, that's it.
And here we go.
So overall, as a Chucky fan, Living with Chucky is not only a terrific behind-the-scenes look at the Child's Play franchise, but this is also an emotional documentary. This is such a great debut feature from Kira Gardner, to which, Kira, if you are watching this, I hope you do more things in the future. I cannot wait to see what you do next. All in all, I'm going to give Living with Chucky a 4.75 out of 5 stars. This could go up to a 5 down the road, but for the time being, I'm going to keep it here for the time, but nonetheless, guys, if you love documentaries, if you love horror films, if you love the Child's Play franchise, this is a must watch. I hope this comes out soon. Guys, seriously, check this documentary out. So comment down below and let me know, what is your favorite documentary based on a horror film icon? Let me know below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. I'm also on Snapchat, so if you guys want to follow me on all those social media platforms, all the links in the usernames in the description below. I hope you all enjoyed my review of Living with Chucky. If so, please hit that like button, also subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell for when my latest review goes live. If you guys want to see any of my reviews please click either right there or right there. And of course, until my next review or video goes live, I will see you all next time.